Happy New Comic Week, everybody. So there's only one comic industry news story that I want to talk about a little bit before I share a couple books that you should look out for this week. So let's jump right into it with Scott Lobdell has announced that he is leaving Red Hood and the Outlaws with, I think, issue 50, either with issue 50 or before issue 50, something like that. I'm not found Red Hood and Outlaws. I've never read a single issue of that book, but wanted to talk about this because Scott Lobdell is just one of those dudes right now. And a lot of people have been talking about him for years for the things he's done on the page and off the page, including like harassing that, I don't know who she was. She must have just been another creator. She could have been a moderator. I think she was another creator though, at a panel some years ago. But Scott Lobdell's been a writer in the industry forever, a lot of X-Men work, and then right now again with Red Hood and Outlaws. Now, why I want to talk about this is just because of who Scott is and things he's done, and all these other people in the comic book industry who have been getting outed and just talked about. And Scott Lobdell's name has always been in the mix for several years now. And he's still there, still at DC, still have been doing this. Now, the other thing about this is he did say he's stepping away. Some people speculated that DC was kind of pushing out, but he said he's making the choice to step away. Who knows what's really going on there? Because DC and all these publishers have been known to protect all these people for years. Obviously, we've seen it. Scott Alley, Cameron Stewart, Eddie Berganza, who both are DC. So they have a history of keeping people around who shouldn't be around. A lot of people are just happy that Scott Lobdell is leaving. They're hoping he leaves the industry for good. I mean, outside of his early X-Men stuff, again, that was years ago. So I have no idea what he's done lately. But just the perception of him and the things he's done away from, like outside of actual making comics, that's just not something I want to vibe with. So whatever, I don't care. But I wanted to present this to you just in case you hadn't heard about this. Also, I wanted to get some opinions and comments from all of you. If you're a Scott Lobdell fan, what do you think about this? Were you reading any of his Red Hood and Outlaw stuff? What do you think about his characterization? For everybody that he's written in the last few years, I know a lot of people have been talking about how he's done, I think it was Starfire or Wonder Girl, and just all of the different things he's done for the character. And some people said like they just don't actually care, and nobody who's an actual real fan of the Red Hood or any of those characters even cares what his opinion is because of the way he's done those characters in recent years. But that's just a big news, especially for a guy whose name is always in the news for the wrong thing. So just want to get your opinions on that. Let me know in the comments below. Now let's jump right into some recommendations for this week. Now I will say for me, it is a bit of a light week. Not a lot of stuff I'm looking for or that's on my list, but there's still plenty of other books out there for everyone. Pretty sure everyone can find something. So a couple books that you should look up for. From IDW, we have Ghostbusters Year 1, number 4. And with any Year 1 title, it's about delving into the first year of this character or this team's work in their first active year. And for this case, we have our favorite paranormal investigators and eliminators. And this kind of works as this person who's putting a book together and is interviewing each of the Ghostbusters. So each 4 of the issues is dedicated to a different Ghostbuster. And this final issue centers on Egon Spengler, played wonderfully by Harold Ramis, rest in peace, who died 6 years ago. And I hadn't actually looked into this series, but I kind of did when I was reading into the releases today and I saw this, I was thinking, you know what? And I absolutely love Ghostbusters, talked about that. And I thought this was actually kind of a cool idea, and I was like, I should look into this. Maybe I might check it out, because when you have dealing with Year 1 stuff, it depends on who it is, I guess. Like DC's done a lot of it, and I generally don't want to, it's just add more stuff, and then sometimes you go too far into just adding more things and just complicating, layering it up. And usually, at least with the superhero stuff, it's tying in more characters to in earlier ages than that should have been, which kind of just makes complicating things for the sake of producing some new comics. But it's just unnecessary. But Ghostbusters, something about it is a little intriguing, so I may look into this some more to see how the other issues are. And over at Dynamite, we have the Queen of Blood, Vampirella number 10. I talked about this book, and Vampirella's had tons of runs over the years. I don't even know what volume this is. I feel like there's just been quite a few, but I'm digging it. So Vampirella, number 10, Dynamite. And then over at Image, got a couple series here. Reaver, I talked about Reaver before. This is the 9th issue, just dropped, and I am a few issues behind. I don't even know where I left off. I have to go back in. I might just start it over again, just because it's been a while since I read on that, and just catch on up and read them all through. But it's just a cool book, and it's going back to issue 1. It's one of those series that some series just kind of struggle with catching a reader. But this one, it got me from the first issue. I was like stuck into it. I dig it. So obvious, as I said, talked about this one plenty of times before. Reaver, strong recommendation from Geno. And last but certainly not least is a book that I'm just getting into. I just read the first two issues. Marked, number 6, just dropped today, and I'm in. It's magic. It's a gorgeous looking book, and I'm gonna do something separately dedicated to this because it's from the same creative team as Sonata. And I talked about Sonata, the first issue, in a recent read. I just want to do like a recap of some books that I had read, and Sonata was one of those. I didn't care for it, but this one, it's so weird because it's just a tale of two stories. Because this one, same creative team, just completely different story. And I was absolutely in. I was digging it, everything about it. But Sonata, I just didn't care until the end of the book, and I wasn't enough for me to go back for issue number 2. But Sonata, or Marked, I was into it. We got magic. It's kind of, I don't even know what you would call it, but they all have, it's hard to describe it, but I definitely recommend just go and check out Marked. And you might be able to read the first issue on Image. I know they had some time ago, earlier in the pandemic, they released all of the first issues, or most of their first issues online so you can read for free. So just go check out image.com and see if they're still up there, because this is just a good book. So again, Marked, issue number 6 is out today. I'm definitely in. Looking forward to this one. I want to pick this up. So that is that. Again, not a whole lot for myself, but still plenty of reading material out there for everyone. There's, as I say with comics, there's something for everybody. Absolutely everybody. Every sort of reading taste. Comics has you covered, baby. So go check that out. Hit your shops up, whatever you do. And yeah, just let me know what you're picking up this week, what you're looking forward to. What do you think about Scott Lobdell leaving Red Hood and the Outlaws? What do you think about his writing, or just him as a creator, and just what you've heard about him? Have you ever met him? Let me know in the comments below. Happy reading, happy hunting, happy collecting. This is GENOTHADRAGON. Thanks for watching, and peace out.